Hey there, and welcome to the worst Warmachine channel on the internet. I am Malorian. Thanks for joining me for another in-pandemic battle report. This one here is going to be part of still of our series where I challenged another content creator where they only know what caster I was going to be using, and then they had to make a list to play against me. And for this one here, I chose to go up against Marth from Marth and Machines. He's actually been taking a break for a long time. If you were here like 5-6 years ago, that's when he was doing his channel and his Murder of Crows podcast. And the reason why I thought it'd be great to do this is because, you know, his kid's finally old enough. It looks like he's going to be coming back to the game again. So that's fantastic. As always, I'll have a link down to his channel down below, and hopefully you'll be seeing more content. But our matchup for today is going to be my Nemo1 versus his Gorten. And this is going to be very interesting for a couple of reasons. One, these armies are going to very perfectly show our different play styles. I take something and I crank it up to 11, whereas, you know, Marth, he likes taking fluffy, interesting, you know, themed armies. And so for this one here, in fact, one of his requisites is that if he was going to take part in this challenge, I had to use 3D terrain. And him and his wife are about to do this campaign where they're fighting over this gate. So that's why you're seeing that this middle flag is going to be my very quick putting together something that looks like a gate for this game. So yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. One side, Nemo, just a whole bunch of heavies trying to get in there and smash your face. And then on the other side, Gorten with a whole bunch of different things. Now, looking on here from the Nemo side, one of the things I want to first say is that when we first talked about the matchup, I thought that Nemo was just going to destroy Gorten. And my reason being that, look, I have all these heavies with all this focus. I have D-cell to make your shooting basically useless. Marth, do you want to change what list you're doing? But the more I thought about this, the more I'm in a lot of danger here. I didn't really think of the way this will actually be playing out, in that when I want to go up there and try and shoot and take things down, well, I don't have a lot of shooting, and Dynamo's gun can't actually even hurt Nemo4, so that's really bad. And meanwhile, while I'm trying to get up there, well, the real problem here is that because of the guns on the other side and like the knockdown from the Earthbreaker and then Gorten's feet and wall that can be pushing me around and all this stuff, I'm probably going to have to eat 2 alphas before I actually even get to do anything. And I don't know if I can actually survive that. So really what I need to do in this game here is just push up as hard as I can. The Idrians actually have prey up onto Nemo, so I'm going to play a little bit safe here. But yeah, basically I have Jakes going around the left flank and saying, if nothing else, I want to just hold down that flag. And then pretty much the same thing on the right. I have my other junior, and then I also have the charger there to try and get to that flag and just kind of like lock it down. But something else I should be explaining here is that the reason why Nemo can run all of these jacks is that he's basically going to be 10 focus. Because whenever somebody casts a spell around him, he's going to be getting a token, and that turns into focus up to 3 every single turn. So, you know, if I do a spell with Strangewayes and my 2 juniors, boom, next turn I have a 10 focus Nemo. So that's how I plan to be trying to do this, but we'll see if it works out. Oh, also I should say the objective I took is the one where I can't be pushed and stuff, because then at least that one jack won't be pushed around by Gorten's feet. Alright, looking over here to the Gorten side, you're not actually seeing everything right now because there's some Boomhowlers that are ambushing because of Irregulars. Man, I haven't used my Boomhowlers in so long. I kind of love these things just so I can use these models I've never used before. Also, there's going to be a Hutchuck coming on from the side. That Moxie's model is going to be proxied with the Privateer Press Ganger Ogren Bokur model I have. The other proxy I have here is Iris, because Iris 4 is what Marth wanted, and I don't own an Iris 4. I sold mine when I got the box. So those are the proxies you're seeing here, and really, yeah, like I said, going into this, I already kind of had really thought out of the matchup by this point and kind of realized, yeah, that I'm going to get in there and I'm going to get several alphas. And the thing is that like Nemo4 can knock down the jacks with his gun, and then that Earthbreaker can just destroy them because he's going to get Strength of Granite up from Gorten, which is going to make him just hit so hard. It's going to be dice plus 7 against these jacks here. And so he could probably kill 2 jacks a turn. Gorten can push things away, and so the main thing is just trying to keep Gorten safe. As long as I don't get Gorten killed, I'm actually feeling very good from my chances on this side over here. Alright, so Nemo had won the initiative and wanted to go first to try and get up there before the guns get in place. This is one where if Gorten goes first, he might just push you away and win on scenario. And so really, all that I'm doing here is casting my spells like I thought. Sidekick on the left, Arcane Shield on the right. I did it in power, so I have all of my little tokens for next time. Put up D-Cell, also went and I used Locomotion to get some jacks a little bit closer. But yeah, pretty much everything's running on up. Trying to stay out of most of the ranges. I might get shot by Idrians, but I'm not really worried about that. And then, yeah, just that's all I can do. Coming back over here, I could get those shots off with the Idrians, but then that means that if he does a Locomotion, that I'd be getting those jacks into my face. So really all I do is just try and keep things fairly safe for right now. So on the left, Iris and the Kayazy Eliminators are staying just out of threat there so that the Charger can't move up and shoot me. Everything else is kind of moving up. I have Strength of Granite up right now, up onto the Earthbreaker. I didn't say, but both Nemos actually put out their Lightning Shroud spell. The one was on an Ironclad on the other side, and over here it has to be on the Firefly. Something that's really funny from looking on this side here is that my Junior and my Caster have the same amount of focus. They're both focus 5, so it's really weird. It's having a caster that's focus 5. Gorten really kind of hurts from that. But when I was popping out my model, I kind of realized that Dynamo was going to be absolutely worthless because what I pop out is an Ogryn Bokur, so a shield guard, and then it's like, oh yeah, if Dynamo ever shoots, I shield guard 3 inches away to the Bokur, and then once I do that, it doesn't have another target within 2 inches, and then it's pretty much done. So that's bad news for it. By the way, I kept my Earthbreaker out of the 18 inches right now, so nothing's going to be shooting me from that Dynamo. But yeah, at this point here, I just need to sit back and wait till next turn. Coming back over to here to Nemo, I might as well go. You know, if I try holding back, the thing is that Nemo can just be pushing me away and scoring scenario. So I want to be in a spot that if I'm pushed back 8 inches, I'm still contesting things. So I use the objective to say the Dynamo can't be pushed. I realized that because of Rockwall and things, that the Lightning Shroud up onto an Ironclad probably won't really help, and my gun on Dynamo probably won't be doing anything. So I move Lightning Shroud over to Dynamo. Otherwise, because of this one here and needing to just survive with Jakes, they're really running up into position, being base to base to try and survive. And so I'm only going to get 2 power tokens on me as I recasted Arcane Shield. But yeah, Jakes' unit is trying to contest the left flag, the Charger trying to contest the right one, everything else trying to run up and just be in there. And another interesting thing is that you would think, looking at this, that Nemo is way out of control out of some of these, but remember that I can be spending a focus, any number of focus, to be adding 2 to my control area next turn, so I can very easily just spend 1 of my 9 focus next turn and then be having a control area of 16, and then those ones are in range then. So at this point here, I know I'm going to be hit hard, but I might as well just get up there, and if I have anything left, maybe I can hit back hard enough to try and take things out. So the ambushers come on. I decide to bring on the Boomhowlers from this side. They can't threaten anything this turn, but they can get in there, they can engage, they can tie things up, and that's probably all I need to do. I'm not going to be able to deal really with this Ironclad right now, so if I can try and get as many things on it as possible, that'd be good. And then meanwhile, Hutchuck is over here, and what my hope is to do over here is for Hutchuck to charge, not get there, but be able to try and just like get somewhere close. Probably just running is the best option really, and then otherwise just try and do whatever I can with the Eliminators to do maybe a little bit of damage here to start off with. So this turn went extremely well. Basically, the way that this turn goes down is that I first realized that my rock wall is getting in my way and that I'd be giving cover to one of the Ironclad. So I had to drop the rock wall. That kind of sucked because I'll have to recast it with my 5 focus caster. But really what happens then is that Nemo goes first, knocks down a couple of jacks. Then I'm able to go in there with the Hermit. The Hermit went first, of course, to try and reduce what their armor is. The Firefly goes in. It does some really good damage between Lightning Shroud and the Hermit's aura going on. And then I go in there with the Earthbreaker. It destroys 2 of the jacks. I run in there with the Boomhowlers. That's fantastic. I charge in there with the Idrians. They do lots of damage, and then repo in to be tying up even more things. And then on the left side, I'm able to charge in, and just my dice go crazy, and those 2 Kayazy kill off the charger, just like no problem. Like I think my first charge attack was like a 665. Of course, they're doing combo strikes, and yeah, that is insane. So on this turn, I'm going to be scoring 2 on my side, and then Nemo's going to score his own zone. But I have popped my feet here, so that moved a lot of things further back after Harlowe shot down some of the Mechaniks. And so yeah, even though there's all these jacks in front of me, they're speed 2 right now, so they really can't get anywhere. There's a little bit of movement shenanigans over there where they can do energizers and locomotions, but the main thing is that they can't get enough onto my Earthbreaker to take it down, and yeah, I'll probably be getting that second alpha after. So with Nemo, that's all I can really do. Luckily, everything has now been pushed back into my area, so I didn't need to overpower to actually extend out there. But yeah, now that my junior's kind of useless, it goes up there and tries to take a shot to do some damage to something. Completely just fails it. I think it's like Rat 4, so even when I boosted, I missed. It was pretty sad. Strangewayes had to run to contest the flag, and what I really actually, before I did that, one of the things I wanted to do was shoot lightning at Strangewayes, not Strangewayes, shoot lightning at the junior so that it can go through those Kayazy and then maybe even Iris. Unfortunately, I left that one Kayazy on one box, killed the second one, and it was only 2 jumps, so I didn't get to Iris, but hey, that's something, I suppose. Meanwhile, I am just stabbing the Idrians in front of me with Dynamo, clearing them out of the way. I did locomotion to get up my Ironclad there, so it was able to get up far enough that it could kill off a couple of Idrians, and was able to destroy the Firefly there as well, so that's pretty nice. Meanwhile, I had to drop sidekick so that I could actually do something on the left, so I tried doing a little bit of damage with Jake's. She flubbed her attacks. Then I do an Energizer, move up, do some attacks, and so I probably took off like a third of the boxes of the Earthbreaker. But yeah, it's still there. It's still going strong. And from what I'm seeing here, I score 1 on my side. They score 1 on their side. But yeah, this is definitely not going the way I first thought it was going to be. Meanwhile, jumping over here, it's time to keep on cleaning up. I try and kill Jake's, but I just don't get lucky, don't hit her. Meanwhile, I kill off the other heavies in front of me, do some pretty good damage to Dynamo so that I take out the gun and the movement, so it's not going to do anything from there now. Otherwise, I'm just really staying safe, killing off all the Mechaniks, so that's no longer a worry. And then on the left side, I try and kill off what's here in front of me. So Iris 4 actually doing work and able to easily kill off the junior there, but then I was not able to kill off Strangewayes. So still just kind of like scoring, 1 on either side here, but yeah. So coming over here, Jake starts doing some work, trying to kill some things off here again. One of the big things that's here to try and keep in mind is that these Boomhowlers, they used to be a big thing because of how they were knocked down. They just get tough and tough and tough and tough. Well, they used to be a 4+ tough. Now they get tough even when they're knocked down. And so Jake's had a hell of a time. Eventually she kills off a couple of them, but she's just having a hard time trying to kill off these Boomhowlers. And then once everything's done here for Nemo, pretty much one of the things I did here is I didn't actually say this correctly last turn. One of the Kayazy got into the zone to contest, so I didn't score last turn. And what I did to kill it is I shot lightning at my objective, so it bounced off and killed her. So that's something. Meanwhile, Strangewayes trying to do something, killing the guys in front of me. But yeah, again, there's just so much I can do here. So coming back over to this side, it's now really time to clean up. I'm able to kill off Strangewayes on the left. I kill off the last two heavies in the middle. I kill off Jake's. I'm scoring everything. And once this is all done, it's actually going to turn it into a scenario victory. So the big thing here is I'm pretty sure that after I explained it, the writing was on the wall that Gorten was just going to crush the Nemo list. However, it was interesting that when I just first looked at the list, that theory hammer in my head, I was just like, oh yeah, you can't deal with that many heavies, you can't deal with that decel, you don't have the focus to deal with this. And then once you see it on the table and you start thinking about how this is actually going to play out, it was completely one-sided the other way. It really makes you appreciate Gorten and how good Gorten actually is. You know, that +4 strength buff is huge. That feat is so powerful. Like, literally the only thing holding back Gorten is at focus 5. If they ever add something so that you can be getting extra focus or control area in mercenaries, that's going to be massive for him. But yeah, I get crushed here. Well, I guess by myself, but more so by Marth's list. So thanks again for Marth for taking part in this. Please check down below if you want to see the list or the link to his channel. And otherwise, we'll catch you later. Bye.